Open your mind.
Hey out there, this is Buzz with the Survival Buzz. I know I haven't done one of these food shortages and you video in a while, but let's face it, things don't change at the grocery store from week to week. Not much anyways, other than the price. So I felt like these videos were getting kind of stagnant. So I wanted to take a different approach today and talk about some other things. I think it would take a blind person at this point to not realize that there's other countries all across the world that are already starving to death, having issues with food, when they're putting cattle down, destroying farms, not a lot of people farm, there's not enough fertilizer. I could go on and on and on. The main issue I believe we're seeing here in the United States, at least in my area, is the price hikes just going sky high. And I don't foresee that changing at all. It's only going to get worse from this point. So if you're not preparing and storing back food, now is the best time to start. It's never too late at this point, but that could soon change in the blink of an eye. So if you don't have a lot of food put back, a month's worth, a year's worth, maybe more, depending on how capable you are and financially capable you are of putting things back, you should definitely start now. As a lot of you know that have been following this channel for a long time, I do armed security now, but at one point I actually was a produce manager in a local chain grocery store. So I had a lot more insight to make these videos. Now, not so much. But things, I don't know, I don't see many shortages where I'm at necessarily. There might be outs from time to time. The main issue I'm seeing is just this price going sky high. A lot more processed foods on the shelf than fresh foods, and even the fresh foods that are there are so high that nobody's buying them. They wait till they go on clearance, and even some of the shelf stable items tend to go on clearance where I'm at just because they're so high and people are paycheck to paycheck and they're not putting these things back. So being able to look for deals, for clearance items, for stuff on sale is really crucial in your preparedness and being able to put food back for a rainy day. Here in the United States, at least, there's not a lot of food shortage necessarily, but because of the trucking industry, all these green initiatives and things they keep pushing throughout the world are making it more expensive to get things. And as time goes by and they keep pushing more of this green initiative crap down our throats, prices are only going to get higher. Fuel's going to get more expensive, freight, everything's going to be more expensive. So now's the time to put it away. I'm going to show you a few items here that I've had for some time, some of which are even out of date, some things that I put back that are filling, lots of calories, that will feed you and your family, and you won't starve to death. And I know there's probably going to be people that comment about the items. And I did do a video quite some time back about GMOs and things, and it's really hard to get away from. And now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a ton of money. I really don't. I work 50 to 60 hours every week, and I barely scrape by as it is, but I still grab extra items when I can, especially if they're on sale. Instead of buying one thing, I'll buy two, so on and so on. So it's really crucial that you look for those deals. Back when I did work in a grocery store, I had, the everyday items that they might have a flash sale on for the day. I had first dibs on that, and I was quick to clean up and buy as many as I possibly could. So let me show you some of those items now. And by the way, buy things that you eat. Don't buy things that aren't something that you would eat, not a normal item that you and your family would enjoy. Buy things that you eat, because that's really going to be what comes in handy when you're starving or unable to buy things from the grocery store. And along with putting things back, we eat all these items that I'm going to show you. We eat everything that we store away. I still buy food, just to add to the items I already have. So we constantly have a rotation on all the shelf stable items and things we put back. We even eat a lot of the long-term storage, just because if I'm going to buy a lot of things, and as expensive as some of this stuff is now, I want to make sure it's something that me and my family will actually enjoy and eat. So here goes. Now, back when I did work for a local grocery chain, we had flash sales on this stuff quite often, and usually it was a limit of 3 to 5 cans or whatever it may be. But I bought it up. I bought tons of this stuff because, believe it or not, at the time I could buy this stuff. I believe I paid 89 cents for this can, and you'd be hard pressed to find stuff that cheap now. But whatever the cost, if you find a sale on something like this, it's something good to put away. It lasts for a long time. And I believe a lot of people, I used to be that way, are under the delusion that just because the best by date says it's out of date, that it's no good and they're going to throw it away. But this particular item here that I have tons of cans of, I don't know if you can see this or not. Hopefully. This actually went out May 31st of last year, 2022. We still eat this. We still eat this. I experiment quite a bit, even more nowadays, the way times are, and really press my luck, I guess, on stuff being out of date, just to make sure it's still good. And we haven't had any issues with this. It's over a year out of date now. We like to use it. We store tons of pasta. We love three-way chili. So this is a quick fixer. Between this and the pasta, where it's a $2 or $3 meal for my family. So I don't know if you're going to find it for 89, 99 cents a can at this point, but if you do get a good deal on it, this is a good item to put back. It'll fill your belly up, and it'll make you feel full, and it's maybe not loaded with the best nutrition, but it will get you by. Another item, I bought a pressure canner right after the whole COVID started, and I pressure canned a lot of ground beef back when, at this point, it was probably $2 or more cheaper a pound than what you would buy now. But if you buy bulk, larger rolls of it, or however you're buying it in your area, it's a little bit cheaper. But I don't know if you can see that date on there, July 6th of 2020. This is over 3 years old, and we still use this. It still tastes fine, still looks fine, no weird smell, no weird taste. Beyond the best by date on things, I would say the nutrition might break down a little bit over time, but I don't think it's that substantial. But we use this in all kinds of stuff, stroganoff, spaghetti, tacos. It's fine. I don't know how far I would push my luck on canned goods like this, stuff you pressure can, but 3 years is still good. We're still eating it, and we're still making more. Another cheap, good item that is filling, and I don't know about you, but I'm not going to eat lab-grown meat. I'm not going to eat fake meat, anything like that. I like actual meat, and along with having a bunch of birds, a bunch of chickens running around my backyard, that if time gets hard, I can butcher. I regularly butcher. I bought an incubator a while back, so I'm constantly incubating eggs, constantly raising chickens and butchering them and gathering eggs. Right now, I get more eggs than I know what to even do with. I give them away, we eat them. I'm nearly burned out on eggs at this point, but it's a good item to have around. You can bake with it, you can do whatever with it. I eat breakfast sandwiches with it every morning. And like I said, I give them away. At this point, I have so many that I'm actually feeding them to my meat birds to help fatten them up. But I also stock away stuff like this, canned meat. I mean, I have canned pork, canned beef, all kinds of stuff, but this is one of the main ones that I stockpile because it is so cheap. You can get 4 cans of this for about $9 or $10, depending on where you're at. It might be a little less, a little bit more, but this is very hearty, and you can make meals with it. You can do all kinds of different stuff with this, so this is a good item to have as well. The other stuff, canned pork, canned beef, a little bit more expensive, but this stuff is super affordable, and it's not that bad if you cook it with a lot of seasoning and cook it just right. Another thing is freeze-dried long-term food, and there's a plethora of things you can buy. Like I said, buy the things that you eat, but I'm looking for mainly at this point with as expensive as things are, my main concern is buying things that are hearty and that are going to fill me up, where I'm not hungry and not starving all the time, and that will go a long way, and that you can do a multitude of things with. So I buy these, and by the way, I'm not sponsored by any of these products. These are just things that I buy, that I really stand behind, that I use in my everyday life and cooking and things, and I store back. But these potatoes here are only going up in value. I mean, everything's going up in price right now. I can assure you, anything you put back now is going to be more expensive 6 months from now, and definitely more expensive a year or more from now. I bought these here. I've been buying these for months. I buy a bucket here and there as I can afford it. I was paying, I think $36 a bucket just within the last month. That price has jumped, I think, nearly $10 at this point. But if you shop around, if you look for sales on Amazon or wherever, and don't kill me for shopping Amazon, at this point, I'm merely trying to survive, and I live paycheck to paycheck. So if I can do it, you can do it, and I would encourage people to do it. If you're not making enough money, find another job. I work 2 jobs. I work 6 days out of the week. I try to take at least 1 day off, but sometimes that doesn't even happen. But yeah, these have gone up nearly $10 in price in the last month, but I'm going to still keep buying them. And like I said, if you look for the deals, you can catch flash sales on some of this stuff, Augustin Farms or whatever, and you can get stuff half off or more at times. So it's good to put long-term storage back. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I prep back, some of the things that I do. My main concern is feeding my family. And along with that, there's staple things, salt and sugar, spices. My spice cabinet is super extensive. It doesn't have to be anything crazy expensive. I even shop at Dollar Tree a lot, and even though it's now $1.25 or more for things, I can buy spices and things there, big containers that are $1.25 that will last me. I've probably got a couple years worth of spices of things that I use and I like. So find those things that you like, things that you can make the items that you cook better, and something that you would like, and make it more palatable. Because let's face it, even during the end of the world, we want to eat things that taste good, right? So along with these items, and like I said, necessities like salt, sugar, spices, it's really good to put staple items like rice, beans, whatever those beans may be. I store pintos. I've got a few others, and wheat. Over a year ago or so, I bought, I want to say I have over 100 pounds of wheat berries. And then of course you're going to want a way to grind those wheat berries and make flour and things so you can make bread. So just look for things that you use, hearty items, and spices and condiments are a necessity in my mind, because you want your family to be able to eat. I know my kids are super picky, so if I'm not supplying them with something that they're going to eat, they're going to have a really rough time when things get even harder. And with all the starvation going on in the other countries right now, I'm sure it's going to hit here, and best case scenario, it doesn't. But I can assure you, prices are only going to go higher and higher and higher. They're going to skyrocket over time. So put those items back. I really appreciate everybody out there, all my subscribers, people watching this video. If you've watched this long, thank you. I'm not monetized, nor do I ever plan to be. Some of the things I talk about on this channel are kind of taboo for the YouTubes. So the best way you can help support this channel, skip the commercials. I'm not being paid for them. Watch till the end of the video, like, subscribe, and share my videos and help get this information out. I appreciate all of you out there. God bless, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.